Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Doug. We're playing at Capital Casino again. They're one of the few casinos left in California that's still open. Sacramento County hasn't been shut down yet. I expect them to be impacted by this new stay-at-home order fairly soon. I think Thunder Valley, the Indian casino here in the Sacramento area, will remain open as far as I know. So we'll see what happens over the next week. So I'm trying to get some plays in this week and stock up on some footage just so I can feed you over the holidays with some good poker, or in some cases bad poker. Anyway, if you're here, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And let's go see the action. We're back here at Capital Casino, headed for the 1-3 no limit game. Hopefully have a better run of cards than we did the other day. I'll see you inside. All right, we sit down with 500 in a brand new game. All right, second hand off the deck, we look down at 2 kings. Open for a raise to 20. I get 1 caller from a player on the button. The flop looks pretty good. It comes 10-6-3 rainbow. I lead out for 20. And now the person on the button acts a little strange. I don't know this player very well. I only see him play a couple times. But he did buy in for 500, so I'm assuming that he knows something about the game. And he puts in a raise to 80. I'm thinking that this could be possibly a ace-10 type of hand, or maybe he has flopped a set, maybe 6s, 3s, maybe even a set of 10s, since he did call the raise pre-flop. But I can't let this go, and he has too much for me to just jam with, so I just go ahead and put the call in for 80, and we're off to the turn. Turn card comes as a bad card. It's an ace. Now if he had the ace-10, I'm beat. I check to him, seeing what he's going to do, and he puts out a small bet for $20. I don't understand why, but I can't fold for 20, so I call. River card comes as a 7 of hearts. I check again to him, and he puts out another small bet for $20. I have to call, and sure enough, he turns over 10-6 offsuit for flopping 2 pair. The very next hand, I pick up 9-10 of diamonds. I go ahead and raise to 15, and we get several callers. So we're going multi-way to the flop, which comes very favorable. King, queen, jack with the king, queen of diamonds. So I flop the straight with a straight flush draw. It's checked to me. I put out a standard size bet for a multi-way pot, which for me is 25. I can probably get away with sizing up here just because there's so many possible draws out there. But I didn't. I put out 25, and I end up getting a couple callers. So with 190 in the center, turn card comes as a king of hearts. Definitely not my favorite card, but I'm going to go ahead and lead again. This time about half-size pot. I put in a bet for 80, and I end up getting 1 caller from the person on the button. I feel pretty good about my hand. If he had something that would beat me right now, he would definitely have raised. River card comes as 6 of clubs, and I go ahead and put them all in, and he snap calls, and I show my straight, and it was good. He ended up having queen 10. About 15 minutes have passed since that last hand. I'm on the button with king, queen of diamonds. Someone opens for 13, and we get a bunch of callers, so I call from the button for 13. So we got 6-way action going to the flop. The flop comes king, queen, 6, 2 hearts, 1 spade. It gets checked around to the cutoff or the hijack. He bets out 20. The person in the cutoff calls a 20. And here I'm torn between raising to protect the hand against the possible flush draws or any other kind of draws, and just smooth calling to disguise my hand and try to get the money in later. I decided to smooth call here. I think there's a lot of safe cards that can come on the turn, and when they do, I can get some good value. So anyway, two people call behind me, so we got 178 headed for the turn. Turn card is a 3 of spades. It does put up a second flush draw, which is a little concerning. It gets checked to the person on my right, who goes ahead and bets 60 now. I feel that the only hand I really have to worry about in this situation is really pocket sixes, or maybe someone with a king of spades with a flush draw. I go ahead and raise to 210, trying to price out some of the other draws, like maybe a straight draw who doesn't want to draw when there's two flush draws on board. And I think this is going to probably do the job. So we fold out the checkers, and it comes back around to the original bettor. And he goes ahead and puts in a call for the 210. So now we head to the river. 598 in the pot. And the river card is a 5 of diamonds. This I consider to be a complete blank, unless he's playing something like 4-7 of hearts and gets there, or 4-7 of spades, which I can't believe he is. Anyway, he goes ahead and leads into me for 275. I really can't think of any hand that I am behind right now. So when he puts out the bet for 275, I just go ahead and shove for my remaining stack. I got 410, so he needs to call off another 135 to make the call. He thinks for a while, and I think he came to the conclusion that his hand is no good. I really have a hard time putting him on a particular hand at this point. I go, maybe he had a busted flush draw and was trying to make a play. Or maybe he does have a hand like the king of spades with another spade and is thinking that I might have missed my draw and trying to get him off. Anyway, after thinking for a while, he goes ahead and puts in the fold, and I'm happy to take down the pot. All right, we're moved to the main game. First hand we look at is two kings, open for a raise to 17. I get one caller from the player on the button. He's a very good player after the flop. He plays a lot of hands before the flop. Very tough player to play against. Flop comes 8-6-3 with two hearts. I bet the flop and he calls. Turn card comes is a 3 of hearts. I decide to check it to him, see what he does, and he ends up making a bet for 30. It's possible he has a flush here. I got the redraw with the king. It's possible he has air. So I go ahead and call. River card comes as a 4 of clubs. Doesn't change things too much. This time he prices up. I played against him before. I don't like it when he prices up like this. I'm pretty sure I'm beat, but I just can't fold. So I go ahead and put in the call, and he shows 3-4 diamonds for a full house. The very next hand I look down at 2 jacks, opened for a raise to 16 after one person limps. And we end up getting a bunch of callers. We go 4 ways to the flop. The flop is 7-6 deuce, rainbow. All in all, a great flop for our hand, except the player that just led out in front of us for 17. I'm thinking he's probably doing this with either a 2-pair, a set, or an overpair. If he had an overpair bigger than mine, he would probably have re-raised. So I'm thinking it's more like the 2-pair of the set. So when he bets out 60 on the turn, this is a definite fold. But I was a little bit steamed from the previous hand, and so I make a bad call here. And I know it's a bad call when I'm doing it, and I did it anyway, so I started kicking myself immediately after this. Anyway, we get heads up, and he ends up checking in the dark over to us, 10 of diamonds comes on the end. I just check it back, and he shows 7-6 for 2 pair. So since moving over this table, I haven't had anything go right for me. It was a live 6, and I go ahead and raise to 21 with ace-10 suited. Only the person in the small blind called. He checks to me. I go ahead and put out a bet, and he folds. So it's the first pot I won at the new table. Here I have a pair of 6s, and it was folded to me, so I opened for a raise. Person on the button calls, and the big blind also calls. Flop comes king 9-8 rainbow. That's check to me. I'm just going to check it here with 3 overcards and 2 players that are still in the pot. The button puts out a bet. He can be betting fairly wide, but I really can't defend right here with 2 6s in this spot, so I decided to give it up. Here it's folded to me. I open for a raise with king 9 of diamonds. I end up getting 2 callers. Flop comes queen 9 deuce. It's check to me. I check to the button. Turn card comes as a jack. It's check to me again. I'm just going to check it back. There's too many cards out here that can beat me here. River card comes, pairs the deuces. It's once again check to me, so I also check it. I turn over my 9 and someone shows jack 10 for a pair of jacks. Here I have 5-7 of spades on the button. I limp. Someone min raises to 6. I end up calling. Flop comes jack deuce deuce with 2 spades. Player leads at it for 15. Here with the flush draw, I'm not ready to give up on it yet. Turn card comes as the ace of spades, makes me the flush. They check to me now, and I put out a bet of $20 and take it down. Thanks for watching, guys. Totals for today, we were up 480. Once again, if you liked this and enjoyed this, please like and subscribe so we can show you more stuff. Okay, we'll see you next time. Take care. Happy holidays.